I came to bring the pain.
Metal Slug!
What's going on, people?
Double
It's that boy
X!
Treezy here, reporting for duty, ready to give you guys the best guidance possible on, well, unfortunately I can't say on how to master this mission, as I do die twice against the boss in its final form. Very unfortunate, but as we all should know, the achievement is only for completing the game without continuing. I've done it before. Technically I've done it again, so you know what I mean, stick with me. The last mission is pretty tough. Obviously we can make it easier on ourselves for the first, I'd say third of the mission, with the use of this sweet tank. Now it's all good being in the tank, obviously you're feeling good, it gives you extra hits, extra firepower and whatnot, but obviously the action's still pretty crazy. As you can see here, I'm abusing the old school in and out trick, which allows me to be invincible as my character is in the air after getting out of the tank. This first part, you can't even really push forward kind of aggressively if you wanted to, you know what I mean, because you keep getting these soldiers in the bottom corner of the screen who fire their attack and then run off a little bit, fire their attack, run off a little bit. It is a little bit annoying, but it doesn't matter in a way, because it's the kind of approach you should be taking to this level anyway. Just taking your time, pushing the screen forward slowly, preparing yourself for the jet planes that appear, taking out their rockets and whatnot before they hit you, and just moving slowly. Now for this last part of this section, I prefer to get out of the tank to deal with these guys. It's actually not too hard, as long as you stay in this bottom corner, take care of the rockets being launched by this enemy jet. You're laughing, the soldiers who spawn top left are not that, well, they're not a threat at all really if you stay to the left side of the screen, and the guys flying in from the top right don't really do too much either. Once you reach this section, Ichimonji makes another appearance to help you out, but once those red things spawn and the junk starts dropping from the roof, you've really got to stay focused and pay attention. Very easy part to lose your tank right there. I do actually remember to use my cannon attack during that part, just to quickly take out the guys in front of me. If necessary, abuse the in and out trick of your tank, equip your shotgun and one shot those red things that are in your way. But the main thing you won't remember to look out for is the junk dropping from the roof, you know what I mean. When you're moving across the platforms, going up and down, it's quite easy to lose Ichimonji at that stage. Obviously he's not essential to the mission, but again, any help you can get is pretty hot, you know what I mean. Your tank, as you're jumping across each section, it can kind of hang on to the edge of each part, just in case you don't make it all the way across, which is actually quite generous, to be fair. Ichimonji, he's got a healthy jump on himself, but obviously if you move too close to the edge of a platform, he'll just jump ahead of you regardless of whether it's safe or not, and if he drops down, that's it, kiss him goodbye. So, well, kiss him goodbye basically. As you can see here, the action's getting pretty heavy. You've got to be really careful with those enemies. They are horrible enemies to deal with when you're on foot. As you can see there, I got in a situation where I had to ditch the tank to abuse the invincibility trick because he was going to get hit, and the red enemy kind of tried to stab me. That knife's got pretty healthy range on it, so be really careful of that. Unfortunately, I got hit by the junk coming from the roof. The tank's a goner. You can only keep the tank and Ichimonji up until the end of this section, where the kind of warp screen appears. So it's not too bad losing it at this stage, and if you've managed to get it this far, that's pretty good. You're doing really well. Moving forward, as soon as you destroy that computer, get your shotgun ready, or get your shotgun ready beforehand, because you know what I mean, common knowledge, the shotgun is strong as hell, and for taking out this little warp screen, it deals with it in I didn't count how many shots that was, but that must have been 6 or 7 shots. Any other weapon does take considerably longer, and you've got a hell of a lot of dodging to do. And the longer it takes, the more enemies spawn, and obviously the more pressure you put on yourself. Don't bother turning that lever right there. Well, you can do if you want to. A rocket launcher spawns, but you'll also get about 4 enemies spawning as well. They're not a major threat, but again, what's the point? The shotgun is the weapon you need for the end of this section as well. If you don't have your shotgun at this stage, it's highly likely you're gonna die. You know what I mean? I'll get into that in a minute. Well, that's coming right up. Now, when I get to this section, I try and hold down the left side of the screen just a little bit of time to take out the tank that spawns on the right, and then take over the right section to take out the tank that spawns on your left. Nice and simple. Got to be careful when you're moving up here. When you get to this platform, that's when the soldiers will trigger and charge in, and obviously fire all the RPGs that you saw there. Now that is precisely what I save the shotgun for. I don't know, it's like I've tried hanging around that section before, seeing how long they'd spawn for, but the annoying part is when you try and jump to dodge, particular RPGs, you're automatically jumping onto the next ledge, which is, in some situations what you don't want, you know what I mean? So you really got to be quick at that section. If you don't have the shotgun with you, you are looking to die. So that's that. Anyway, moving forward, edge nice and slowly again, make these 2 enemies spawn. As you can see there, that knife is pretty dangerous. Shoot the kind of hidden compartment in the wall to free up the mobile satellite, as that weapon itself comes in it seriously helps you out against the boss basically. But be warned, if you do take this little handy machine with you, don't pick up any more power-up weapons or switch to a power-up weapon, because even though it's not showing it is kind of classed as a power-up weapon, and once you switch it just drops out of the sky and it's gone basically, you know what I mean? It's a bit of a waste. So here we go with the final boss. Obviously its first kind of form here is it's attacking you with its arms basically, and obviously you're having to stay above the water on these junk platforms, so to speak. Now, you know what I mean, I'm in a good situation here. Obviously I've got the satellite with me, and it's just, you just got to concentrate basically. Obviously you can attack with your grenades as well if you want to, but what you've got to watch out for is some of its attacks, like its arm will come up and it will hit one of the junk platforms on the bottom, which will go through the air and land on either your platform or obviously any of them. You got to get out of the way before it hits you. Another one of its attacks is it'll curl its arm kind of over your platform and start firing attacks from its arm down towards you. Obviously like this for example here. Another attack is where it gets in that same position, but its whole body will start spinning and it will drag the junk platforms that you stood on towards its arm, which obviously results in death if you touch its body. And its final attack, which is this one, is that one as well, but another one is where it comes straight up, kind of shakes left and right, and then just literally leathers 2 of the platforms with its body. Now again, the key thing to this battle is obviously knowing exactly what's what. I die. One of my deaths, which is upcoming, is to not knowing exactly what its attack were. Now this one here, don't know. I knew that was coming. I knew I had to jump over it. I tried jumping and staying on the same platform. Bad call by me. You know what I mean? I hold my hands up to that. You know what I'm saying? I should have jumped to the right earlier in order to give myself enough time and space to jump back like I did there. So you can tell, you know what I mean, straight away, lesson learned. And obviously I hope that benefits you guys. Apologies for dying. The next death, well, we'll get up to it shortly. As you can see here, when it comes back up, that was like 3 platforms taken out instantly as he comes back up. What I wasn't aware of is that it can do the same thing coming down like that. You know what I mean? So as you can tell, I was pretty oblivious to that, really clueless. I didn't expect it at all, and I wouldn't have even had time to react right there if I wanted to. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? Another tip there is to just don't keep yourself directly underneath the boss. Try and keep, you can see here now I've got 3 platforms to play with to get a shot on him. You know what I mean? Either keep yourself to the left or the right one. And then besides that, I'd say the rest of its attacks are nothing really. You can see these massive rockets right there, not that much of a threat to be fair. The magnets can be quite annoying that it does let loose, as well as those little blue things as well, but all can be dodgeable and they're all shootable. And there you have it guys. Once you defeat the boss, you'll unlock your achievement for completing the game without continuing, and obviously your mission 7 clear achievement if you haven't unlocked that one already. And that's about it. So thanks for checking out these videos guys. I hope they all do help. Plans for the future, well, there's probably not going to be any more Metal Slug videos as there's no more Metal Slug games on the marketplace. I do have some pretty big plans coming up which I can't mention right now, but again, you know how it is. Stay tuned, and we'll see what I've got to bring to you guys in the future. Thank you very much guys, and take care.